the ultimate guide to this Irvine, California alternative, because yes, there is life outside of Irvine, and this is what we call a unicorn city, so let's get started. So here we are in beautiful Orange County, California, and I know all you people out there, you love Irvine. Irvine is so famous and so popular these days, but you know, when you call Sean, don't forget to call him, but when you call Sean, you know, a lot of you guys ask for Irvine, and of course, Sean, you know, loves Irvine, he'll show you Irvine, but he always wants to give you alternatives too, because sometimes, you know, there may be a reason why Irvine doesn't work for you, including budget, because Irvine is very expensive. So today we're going to focus on one alternative that many of Sean's clients have really, really loved. This is a city that Sean always, you know, throws in there if you are looking for Irvine, but you also want to look at some other things. I mean, obviously some people are Irvine or bust no matter what. So let's go to Aliso Viejo. So you want to just talk first, Sean, about, you know, why you love to show people Aliso Viejo in addition to Irvine when they're sort of wanting that Irvine lifestyle?
Well, I think for one, we need to get like, okay, so there's the elephant in the room here.
What?
And that's like on one of our other tabs we're going to show you.
What?
Okay, so let's just look at Orange County's median price as of right now, right?
Okay.
So it's 1.38 million, and that's all, that's single family residences, 1.155, right? So that's the median home
So
price.
1.155 for all home types.
Yes.
I know Sean talks very fast.
Okay, yes.
So sometimes I have to...
So this is condos,
Yeah.
townhomes, single family residences,
Yes.
all home types.
Yes.
And obviously we get a natural bump up when it's just purely single family because obviously that's the most desirable kind of type of home.
And it's bigger.
Yeah. And then, okay, so there's that. So that's Orange County. So obviously this is the Living Orange County channel. So obviously that's what people call us for. But let's say you're like really interested in Irvine, right? Like you're like, I've heard of Irvine. In fact, people have always asked us, like, you know, actually we were in London a while ago, and you know, someone asked, okay, where are you from? It's in Orange County. And they're like, I don't know where that is. I've been to Irvine before. Is it close to there? I'm like, Irvine's actually in Orange County. It's just amazing over the years how much Irvine has developed a name for itself. So before we continue, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Sean Dazad.
And I'm Courtney Dazad.
And we're licensed real estate agents here in the state of California. And if you're watching this channel, you might be thinking, wow, Sean, I love Orange County. I love the blue skies. I love the perfect weather. I want to move out here now. The problem is I'm not local. I may be out of state. I might be even out of the country. And I don't know what to do. And I totally get that. That's why you reach out to us. We can have that conversation to really find out specifically what you're looking for and be your boots on the ground. We have a team that actually has decades of experience here in Orange County, and we know all the little nooks and crannies, and we can really point you to those perfect properties, and we can actually even do virtual tours of not just the properties, but the neighborhoods as well. So what you want to do is you want to give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country.
So if we're looking at all home types in Irvine, so remember, Orange County was 1.155. Irvine is 1.595 for all home types. So about a $450,000 premium to live in Orange County.
In Irvine.
But of course, you know, obviously homes are cheaper, of course. So let's look at how some single family. When we saw it today, like my eyes like popped out of my head. I was going, what? $2.25 million. That is unbelievable.
Median.
Yeah, median. So this is not an average.
I believe it. I
mean, it's just amazing when you see, because we know, again, the last time we kind of did this market update thing, it's kind of funny because you're not following the median price all the time. I think last time we saw it was like 1.9. And we're like, that's high. And then it just bumped to 2.25, right? So again, we're dealing with we will say that this is skewed data, though, you know, being completely honest, there's only 90 homes sold in that last month. So that really skews the data pretty tremendously. But yeah, so if you're looking at like, you know, the price trends, like, again, it's moving up pretty nice. So that's just Irvine for you. So
just sorry to interrupt you, Sean, but one thing about Irvine is that, you know, it tends to be a very great investment because even in the housing crisis, I mean, of course, Irvine went down, but compared to the other cities, it did not go down. It just has this it did not go down as much, I should say. It just has this, you know, sticking power, this resiliency, and just a crazy, crazy market.
Yes, and I will say that is true. However, there wasn't the premium to Irvine at the time. That's where I feel like, you know, these other areas that have attributes that people may like. You know, again, they have some attributes that Irvine has, but then also they have their own little twists, flavors, geographic locations where you're getting such a discount potentially that I don't think that Irvine would necessarily outperform them if there was some sort of economic turmoil or whatever. So So this is one of the reasons, the main reason, first and foremost, that I always ask when someone is saying, I want Irvine. Okay, I'm like, well, what are you interested in? Because maybe there might be some other cities. And Aliso is always on that first tier of recommended cities as an alternative to Irvine because one is located proximity-wise right next to it. But second is, okay, the price point is $825 median price point, right? That is insane value. I mean, again,
obviously skewed
very
data
skewed data.
because
Yeah,
of
actually, that is true because actually, if you're looking at this, like,
Yeah.
look at how much like when you have data skewing that much.
But if you go to single family homes, I'd say that's more.
Three.
Well,
Okay.
but you tend to see it around that.
And even like if you're looking at trend, right? So it's hovering, I would say in that 1.4-ish range, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're looking, so yeah, we can't even look at the last one. It's 3. I mean, what does that even mean? That's insanity. That's dealing with how tight our market is.
Yeah.
But so
That's
Irvine's
honestly,
kind of crazy. Like.
But still, I would say that if you're talking about the broad strokes of the prices, that this is accurate. If you're talking about broad strokes, not exact numbers.
Yeah, I would still say obviously you're probably a good 800 to a million cheaper than Irvine, right? So that's
for a single family.
So it's just a huge difference.
Yeah.
Because obviously we have to look at these kind of like general. Like if I'm like drawing an imaginary line here, it's probably in this vicinity for Irvine, which again is fairly close, probably 2.1-ish if we're kind of looking at the trend over the last few months. Whereas in Aliso, the trend in the last few months is probably in the vicinity of 1.3, 1.4 range.
Yeah.
So obviously 3 is kind of incredible, but further illustrating the fact that that the home prices, townhomes, condos, single family residences are just far cheaper than that of Irvine. And I would argue that I personally don't know like how Irvine is that much more valuable as far as value. If you want to be in Irvine, I get it. And again, we're happy to show you those ones. I'm just saying if you're asking my personal opinion as far as value is concerned, I think that Aliso Viejo, we've done other videos. We call it a unicorn city for a reason because its location is great. And again, like let's
talk
about the
about the
map.
location. Yeah. Because I would say that if you are traveling to LA, I don't know if Aliso Viejo
it might be a little just too far south. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, even for me personally, Irvine's a little too far south if I'm traveling to LA. That's me personally. Some people don't care.
Yeah, if we're looking at the map. So
yeah.
Let's go zoom out. So LA's right there. So Aliso Viejo. Again, Irvine is a nice step up, and So Aliso's right here. Irvine's in this pocket. LA, and then LA County really starts at. So in this vicinity here and like that.
Yeah, that's where LA starts.
So something like that, right? So you
that's
obviously
the orange curtain right there.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have like LAX, you have like, so obviously Long Beach is a big employer area, like LAX, Beverly Hills, all that stuff. So that's all this whole LA County thing. So if people have to inevitably do some commuting, Irvine, pretty straight shot, both 405 and 5 freeways, which are your 2 major freeways in Southern California. So Aliso Viejo, you have to go a little bit further.
And you probably would go the 73.
It's tempting.
Which is a toll road, so that's another.
Yeah, and we go, no, toll road for you.
Yeah.
So that's just one of those things where if you have to be in LA, yeah, Irvine's kind of like that Goldilocks zone. So it's just like I've had people tell me this, like they don't want to go any further south than Irvine. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't, it's a subjective thing that whole drive, so I get it. So, there are other options for if you need to go more northbound, but that's for another video.
But if, let's say, you're coming to Orange County because you have a job in Irvine. I mean, that is a big reason why people move to Orange County, and Irvine is the, headquarters center of Orange County. It's one of the biggest job hubs.
Yeah.
So Aliso Viejo, let's just show how close it is to Irvine, how easy it is to get to Irvine, especially the Irvine Spectrum, which is a huge job corporation. You want to show where the Spectrum is?
Spectrum's right here.
Yeah, so let's show the job centers of Orange County with this map, just to show you
this
that.
map? Or
yeah.
just way after. Okay, so Santa Ana.
So Santa Ana.
South Coast Metro. The airport.
The airport area, and then Newport Center as well. So.
Yeah, I'll say those are the.
Yeah, those are the main
ones.
So Aliso Viejo is close to all of those. The only bad part is you want to highlight the 73. I mean, if you are working in Newport Center, I don't even know why you wouldn't take the 73, because it's so much farther taking the 5 to the 55. It's just crazy. So, and that is a cost, right? That's a toll.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things too, though. Like if you're in Irvine, then you're just dealing with a little bit more traffic because you don't even have that option. So at least you do have the option to take the 73 freeway if that's what you needed to do.
True.
So or that's what you choose to do. Like how we kind of look at the 73 freeways, like kind of like in case of emergency brake class, like we use it sparingly, like when we need to, because it really does save some time. But in general, like we try to avoid it just because that's a whole Southern California thing. We didn't really have toll roads growing up, so it's just not in our system.
Yeah. Although if I'm in Aliso Viejo and I'm going to Newport Center, I'm always taking the 73.
Yeah, that's true. It is just right. It's so tempting. I mean, it literally dissects the city of Aliso, right? It just runs right through it. A freeway runs through it.
Yeah.
And so, and again, what I do also, so one, Aliso is obviously like super close to Irvine, as you can see. It's like right there. And then second is that this is also in that nice Goldilocks zone that for weather. If we're talking about weather, what's nice is that people ask me, right? And I get a little flack for this because all of Orange County is honestly incredible weather. It's just if we're splitting hairs, if you can stay like west/south of the 405/5 freeways, that's that zone where you get the sea breeze. It's just even that much better weather. And of course, if you got the big bucks and you want to be like within just like 2 or so miles from the coast, even better, right? But this is in that beautiful zone, that Goldilocks zone where the whole city has that really, really nice weather there.
Yeah, I mean, even the western edge of Aliso Viejo, if you want to show it. Yeah, so right there, so that green part right there, that's by Aliso Creek. That's actually, part of that is actually Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
So you can technically, go on the trails from Aliso Viejo to Laguna Beach. I've done it before with the kids, and yeah, you get the sea breeze, you get all that stuff.
Anytime you're near undeveloped areas, canyons and that kind of thing, you do have higher likelihood of fire. It is a thing. It wouldn't, unless I'm on the front lines, me personally, right? I don't want to say how you feel about these things, but for me, that's probably where I would draw the line. I don't necessarily be right on the edge of it, but if I'm like even a row or 2 rows in from that, I mean, for me, it's just not much of a thing.
Yeah.
And also, I guess since we're talking about how close this is to Laguna Beach, part of Aliso Viejo actually is part of the Laguna Beach Unified School District. There's like a few,
it is?
there's a few homes there's a little bit of it that kind of bleeds in.
Okay, so then do you want to start, let's start another thing, because obviously Irvine is super famous for its schools. So let's go to niche.com, obviously Irvine Unified School District, #1, because, it's famous for that. But like Sean was saying, Aliso Viejo, tiny parts of it are in Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
But then you can go down and you can see, so Aliso Viejo is part of the Capistrano Unified School District, still rated A+, and you can see...
And it dwarfs the size as far as, like, it is a very large school district. It encompasses several cities.
It's basically Aliso Viejo and south, essentially, is Capistrano. And east.
In the east, yeah.
Yeah, because the beaches, Laguna Beach is its own, but then the other beach cities.
Yeah.
Dana Point's part of Capo.
San Clemente San Juan Capistrano.
Yeah. So, and then the main high school of Aliso Viejo is Aliso Niguel, which gets an A, in the top 1,000
in the country.
And if you go on U.S. News and World Report, they also rank Aliso Niguel very high. Where is it? So yeah, Aliso Niguel, yeah, right there. So number 167 in California, and then basically, top 1,000 in the nation. So, Irvine, of course, is ranked the highest. But we actually have done, we have mentioned before that Irvine Unified School District, it does have a dark side. I mean, it's highly, highly competitive. The workload, in our experience, in terms of just anecdotal experience talking to parents that we know that have their kids in that district, the workload is significantly, significantly higher than really any other school I've ever encountered.
And we take the education of our kids very seriously.
Yes.
So it's not like we're like, don't care. She's really cracking the whip as far as making sure that they do their thing. Our daughter's pretty easy. Our son's more whip cracking, I guess. So, so basically we take schools very, very seriously. So it's not like we're, again, I feel like we can speak from some level of authority in that we care about this stuff, like, a lot. And we absolutely enjoy Capistrano Unified School District.
Some people, they don't care. Irvine Unified, it's Irvine Unified.
Yeah, or bust. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So again, in that, I totally get that. If that's important for you, then Irvine it is. Like, obviously, we're not saying that Aliso Viejo is always superior to Irvine. In fact, we sell plenty of Irvine, so we love Irvine as well. It's just that we want to give you alternatives because I have had people come and they feel like they have a good budget, like a nice big budget, and they are shocked by how little that buy gets them in Irvine.
Yeah.
And so I just want to have in your back pocket options. I just want them to give you as many options because one, we're dealing with a tight inventory, so there's not that many homes for sale anyway. And so one, having more options just for variety's sake, but second is that some of these cities you may find just a better fit. I mean, like maybe you do like the weather being slightly nicer in Aliso because Irvine actually does go a bit inland where it can get toasty.
It can get quite hot in Irvine if you want to.
You got that air conditioner running.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Irvine here. So if we're clicking on Irvine, so it goes a bit inland, like
very far east.
And but what's good though is that when you go further east, like this area is super cheap. Like you. Orchard Hills is crazy expensive, so it's just kind of funny how it's just expensive. You're in Irvine, it's going to be pricey. It is what it is. But for some people, like, again, the location, the geographic center of it is amazing. Where the jobs are is great. The schools obviously has a fantastic reputation. So it's just one of those things where some people, that's just what matters. So it's like, okay, obviously Irvine's great, but I want to give you options at the end of the day.
Yeah, and then just one other thing I wanted to show you about Aliso Viejo, because again, Irvine is famous, safest city in America, 1819, 1,000 years and counting. I mean, it seems like it goes on forever, right? But let's just
boring.
Let's just look at the safety statistics. Okay, obviously, Sean can give his spiel about safety, but if you can look at the safety statistics of Aliso Viejo on niche.com, and you can see that they're quite low for the national average. So, I mean, you want to give so that's people look to Irvine because of its crime and safety reputation. So we just wanted to show you these statistics.
Yeah, exactly. So you have statistics. There's different places you can reference, and at the same time, safety is one of those crazy subjective things where what I might think is safe and what you might think is safe are totally different things. So I always say that, okay, if we kind of zero down on a neighborhood or a house, go to that area at different times of the day and in the evening, and obviously that along with your research, and see how that feels for you. Because at the end of the day, some people, they want to be in Irvine, which has been rated super high, but they want to be in a gated community in Irvine. I mean, that's their tolerance to safety or lack thereof, and so they'll. And again, and Shady Canyon is one of those things that has two gates. Like, you have a gate to get into Shady Canyon, and then your subdivision in Shady Canyon may be gated as well. So some people just want that level of it. Obviously, that's a bit for me. That's not what I need. I don't need a gated community, especially if you're in Irvine. But at the same time, everyone's different. So that's one of those things where you can look at the data, you can do your own research. Again, go to that physical location different times of the day and in the evening. Really see how that feels for you. And remember, we are licensed realtors here in the state of California. So as much as we love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, what you're going to do is going to give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country.